what's going on, guys? How are you doing? This is Shocks, and this is Shocks Capital FX. So guys, today we want to talk about the price action and price action patterns. So what we're going to do is we want to first maybe describe or explain what price action is. So in simple terms, I'm going to give you the basics of price action, what you have to know to understand price action, the essentials to price action. So number one, we'll be talking about obviously the chart patterns, right? Price action patterns. Then number two, we're going to talk about trend lines and trends. Then number three, we are going to do examples of trades which you can take using price action. So what do I mean by that? I mean, let's say if we are talking about trend lines, we are saying whenever a trend is changing, it's going to break a trend line, right? And whenever a trend is in the continuation phase, it's going to bounce off a trend line. So for example, if you draw this trend line as you see on your screen right now, we have 1, 2, and the third touch we broke the trend line. So this is a trend change. We were in an uptrend here. From this point up to this point, we were trending upwards. Then we broke the trend line and we started going lower and lower and lower and lower, as you can see. So the truth of the matter is, you have to understand or to know what to look for. So when you are trading price action with trend lines and price action patterns, you have to collaborate the two and work with them both. So what I'm saying is, if this is a trend line, then this is a break. From the books, you are taught to trade the retest, break and retest, break here, retest here, so trade here. But you see, the kind of move that you are catching is not desirable. No trader wants to catch that move. All of us want to catch the next move, which is this one, this aggressive move. This is the move we want to catch. So as you can see from what we have drawn on our chart, we have taken out this trend line. So the other thing is we have a pattern, like a chart pattern. This one, this is we can call it what? A triangle, a rectangle, a triangle, a flag, where this acts as the pole, this is the flag, and this can be also this pole being continued. As you can see here, you know how to trade a flag, right? But the problem with this is you'll be waiting for the break of the next trend line, which is this one. Then you can get your entry here instead of getting the entry here. So here I want you to know that we are going to integrate three concepts. That's number one, the trend line, which is the trend line breakout. Then number two, we are going to do the chart pattern. In this case, it is the flag. Then number three, we are going to do the demand zone, right? The last video we talked about demand and supply. So if you watch that video, you come here, you understand why we say this is a demand zone. So we are integrating those demand zone, trend line break, and the pattern. So as you can see, we have three confluences at one trade, and you rarely miss such kind of a trade. Okay, let's look at this one. This is a trend line. This is a trend line bounce at the third touch, and this is an uptrend, as you can see. So this is a break of a trend line, then the trend break and retest, as you can see here. But as I said, we want a confluence of a lot of price action methods, right? So this is a broadening triangle, as you can see. The triangle is broadening, and this is the retest of the demand zone, being supported by this trend line, as you can see here. If you can draw this trend line, you see we have one touch. As you can see, we have one touch, two touch, then the third touch with the demand zone, with the broadening triangle coming back to retest this. So this is what we want to see, a simple price action pattern where we are integrating the trend line, the chart pattern, and the demand zone. We only need those three to actually use this to the best of its ability. You understand? So that's what we are doing, and that's what we are currently looking for and currently trading using. So if you are a chart pattern, you see chart pattern guru or chart pattern fanatic, you see that this is some kind of a what, some kind of a flag, or say a pennant, I don't know what you term it. And this is the demand zone, right? And this is the trend line break. Where's the trend line break? Okay, let's just draw something like this. Okay, there's no trend line. So that I just wanted you to see that we are looking for three things. If you don't find the next one, we don't trade. As you can see here, we have everything. We have the demand zone, we have the pattern, but we don't have the what, the trend line. But you see, in this area we have the trend line, right? The trend line. Then we have the demand zone, but we don't have the what, the pattern. So we don't trade such kind of a what, of a setup. Why? Because we don't have all that we need to what, to execute a trade here. So you understand, that's what we want to see. So here, what do we have here? We have this trend line, right? We have this trend line, as you can see, that's the trend line. Then we have the demand zone at the, okay, we have the demand zone at this area, as you can see. And do we have a pattern? I don't know if this is a pattern or not, but we have something like that. So this is the type of setup we want to see, and the type of setup we'll be looking for each and every day. Okay guys, so that was NU. So if you look at GU now, we want to find those kind of examples we've been doing, and you can see that this is a channel, right? So you start by drawing trend lines. Trend lines help you in determining what, in determining the what, in determining the trend, right? So we have drawn our trend line there. Then we can just, let's just draw all the trend lines that we can see. You see what we are doing here. This is, you're just using what, a trend line, and you can see that there's a break of structure. I can miss that, I've been saying it a lot of times. Okay, so this is the trend line and the zone, right? So what we want is a move that looks something like this. You understand? This is what we want. This is what we want. So retest here, then what, then move. So this is a kind of scenario we're looking for on GU, if we are to use this same concept to what, to analyze. And do you see what I see here? Do you see this? Do you see this? This is a triangle, right? And what is this? This is a zone, right? This is a zone which we see, and let's mark all the zones. And this is another demand zone, right? This is another demand zone. So this is the scenario where we want price moving back to the what, to the demand zones and going up. And if you understand the concept of demand and supply, you understand why this failed, because of this. Because if we are looking at demand zones, we want fresh and original demand zones instead of what, instead of this one. So that's what we are doing, and that's how we are looking at these things. Okay, if we draw another one like this. Okay, if you draw, okay, if you look at this, okay, let me just explain my cases. No, this is the demand zone or the order block. Then this is the what, the pattern. This is the pattern, and as you can see, this is what exactly the trader is looking for, right? This is what exactly the trader is looking for. If you draw a trend line here, okay, let me draw a trend line. If you draw a trend line here, right, you can see that this is a break and retest, right? A break and a what? A break and a retest. And what do we see? We have this one. And what is the price action pattern that is there? We have a double top, guys. We have a double top, and that is a price action pattern that we can use for our what? For that. Exactly. So what do we have again? We have this trend line break here and retest. And what do we have? We have a demand zone. If we go down to the lower time frame, can we find a pattern here? We can. Let's see. Okay, let's go back and take our so if you don't see the pattern on the time frame which you'll be looking at, you can go down to the lower time frame and try to see the pattern which we will be talking about, right? So this is the H1, and okay, the chart is not loading up to where we wanted it to be, but we can look for these trades again on the what, on the H1. Can you see? Right, like that. Can you see? Like that, something like that. This is a what, a triangle of some sort. This is the demand zone, and this is the trade we want to catch, right? So this is supply and demand, price action pattern, and trend line strategy. So from the lower time frame, you can see the trades on a much quicker perspective in terms of time taken to form the setup and everything. And on the higher time frame, it takes time, but it's more accurate compared to the lower time frame. So you can try to balance out the two, but use the higher time frame as often as you can, so that you can get accurate setups each and every time. You see, this is a consolidating chart pattern, and all of you will know what this pattern is, and you will know what this is. Demand zone, understand? And where's the trend line? Here. Break on the second touch. We need three touches mostly, but we can take that as an example. So guys, this is how you look at chart patterns, and this is how you can utilize them in your trading. And I hope this was helpful. I'm Shox, and I'm out. Trade what you see.